Anand tutorials. So this is Anand sir, lecturer in physics. Okay, and today this live is specially for BTech students. Okay, so because they are ready to write the examinations. Okay, first semester one already started. So that's why now I would like to give a very most important questions for engineering physics. Okay, so in the next class, let us see the most important questions for in applied exams. Now, so here I would like to give you a most important which are repeatedly asked in the previous examinations. Okay, the questions according to unit wise. So as we all know that the engineering physics consisting of 5 units. Okay, clear, and they are called okay, first one is introduction to mechanics and harmonic oscillators, and waves in a one dimension, and also wave optics and lasers and fiber optics. So these are the 5 units. Okay, now let us give some important questions as per the unit wise. Okay, so if you see the introduction to mechanics, so from each unit I will give only 5 most important questions. You go through this compulsory, definitely you will become okay pass. Yeah, so first question is the question may be asked like this: form invariance of a Newton's second law. Forms invariance of a Newton's second law, and like this the question may be asked. Okay, na? So, and second question, if you see the motion of a particle in a one dimension with example. Okay, na? So we have to explain the motion of the particle in one dimension with example. Okay, if you want to note it down, you can note it down. Okay, with examples, with 2 examples we have to write it. Okay, and the third question is, yeah, very good morning, Adil, Abdul, Samad. Okay, yes sir. All right, so the third question is the equations of motion in Cartesian coordinates. Okay, so this is also very important. The equations of motion in Cartesian coordinates is a very important. And if you see the fourth question in the first unit, that is the equations of motion in polar coordinates. So many of the students will confuse, okay, Cartesian coordinates, polar coordinates, and cylindrical coordinates, and spherical coordinates also there. But the spherical coordinates question is very tough for the students, even though it is tough for the many of the faculties also. Okay, right. So, and the fifth question is equations of motion in a cylindrical coordinates. So from first unit, that is introduction to mechanics, just you go through the Cartesian coordinates, polar coordinates, and cylindrical coordinates. Okay, along with this, you better to write okay, read the form invariance of a Newton's second law. Form invariance of a Newton's second law, and also you just see that the motion of a particle in a one dimension with example. So these are the very important questions from the unit 1, that is introduction to mechanics. Okay, of the engineering physics, especially for the engineering physics. Yeah, and if you see the second unit, that is harmonic oscillators. Harmonic oscillator. In harmonic oscillators there are many questions are there. So but I filtered up to 5 questions only. You see that. So first question, if you see, deduce the equations of simple harmonic motion for mechanical oscillator. Okay, first question is what? Deduce the equations of SHM, simple harmonic oscillator, of a mechanical, okay, mechanical oscillator. So this is the first question you can consider as a very most important. And second one is deduce the expression for the total energy of a mechanical harmonic oscillator. Okay, total energy of a mechanical harmonic oscillator. This is also very important. So this all the answers I have already uploaded in our YouTube channel. So you can go to the playlist and you can watch it. Okay, for the answers. And if you see the third question is deduce the differential equations of simple harmonic motion for an electrical harmonic oscillator. This is also very important. Okay, so the differential equations of a simple harmonic motion SHM for an electrical harmonic oscillator. Electrical harmonic oscillator. And fourth question, if you put harmonic oscillator, equations of motion of a damped harmonic oscillator, weak damped, critical damped and heavy damped. This is also very very important question. It is asked a number of times in the previous examinations. Okay, and if you see the fifth one, discuss about the energy decay in a damped harmonic oscillator and explain forced damped harmonic oscillator. Okay na? So that is we have to discuss the energy decay. What is mean by energy decay? And damped harmonic oscillator. What is damped harmonic oscillator? And we have to explain the forced damped harmonic oscillator. Forced damped harmonic oscillators. So these are the 5 very most important questions from the harmonic oscillators of the engineering physics, right? And if you see the third unit, that is waves in one dimension, so that we can say first very most important question. The question may be asked like this: explain a reflection and transmission of a waves of a boundary. Okay na? Explain the reflection and transmission of a waves at the boundary. So at the boundary, this is very very important, asked many times. And second question, derive expression for the longitudinal wave equation and also write properties of the longitudinal waves. Okay na? Right? So derive expression for the longitudinal wave equation and also write the properties of the longitudinal wave equation. So ఇక్కడ మనకు లాంగిట్యూడినల్ అనగానే ఇమిడియట్ గా ట్రాన్స్వర్స్ వేవ్ కూడా వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా? సో దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో ఇంపార్టెంట్. బట్ హియర్ I could not write here. So but I just mentioned only longitudinal wave equation. And give an account for the third question. Give an account of the standing waves and their eigen frequencies. Write the properties of the transverse waves. ఇక్కడ ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది మనకు ట్రాన్స్వర్స్ వేవ్, ఇక్కడ ప్రాపర్టీస్ టచ్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ హియర్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు డిరైవ్ ద ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఫర్ ది ఐగన్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీస్ ఆఫ్ ది స్టాండింగ్ వేవ్స్, అది స్టేషనరీ వేవ్స్కి యొక్క ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీస్ మనం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసి దాని ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ ట్రాన్స్వర్స్ వేవ్స్ని మనం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. దిస్ ఈజ్ ద థర్డ్ క్వశ్చన్. అండ్ ఫోర్త్ క్వశ్చన్, డెరివేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఏ ప్లేన్ అకాస్టిక్ ఈక్వేషన్స్. Derivations of plane acoustic equations also, so very very important, you can see. And fifth question is the expression for the velocity of the transverse wave and write their properties. Yes, it is there. Yeah, longitudinal wave unte kachithanga transverse wave anedi manam chadukovali. Okay, these are the 5 very important questions from the waves in a one dimensional chapter, okay, or unit of the engineering physics BTech first year. Now let us see fourth unit is, if you see the fourth unit, we all know that is wave optics. Yes or no? Wave optics. So this is somewhat difficult for the students. Without listening the class, okay, you cannot understand. Okay, some different concept will be there, like Young double slit experiment, Michelson experiment, okay na, Michelson-Morley experiment, Fraunhofer diffraction. So this is difficult. Okay, you might have studied in intermediate second year. So physical optics, you know, ray optics and physical optics. Whatever the physical optics are there, that each and every topic will be there in wave optics. కొంచెం ఇంకా ఎక్స్టెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది, కొంత డీప్గా ఉంటుంది, చాలా డీప్గా ఉంటుంది. రైట్, యా, ఓకే. నౌ లెట్ us see the first question is interference of light by wavefront splitting and amplitude splitting. This is very very important. Interference of light by wavefront splitting and amplitude splitting, and this question is asked in the previous examination. If you see the second question, explain principle and theory and working of the Michelson interference. Yes, whatever say. So Michelson interference is most important. Okay, and third question, explain Fraunhofer diffraction of a single slit. Okay na, Fraunhofer's diffraction of a single slit మనం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. సో వర్కింగ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్, దానికి సంబంధించినటువంటి బ్రైట్ టు డార్క్ ఫ్రింజెస్ ఏ విధంగా ఫామ్ అయితే అదంతా కూడా మనం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, రైట్. నౌ ఇఫ్ యు సీ ద ఫోర్త్ క్వశ్చన్, ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ అండ్ డిస్ట్రక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఇంటర్ఫియరెన్స్. construction and destruction of the interference. So this is according to superposition of the principle మనం explain చేయొచ్చు. Okay, when the two waves are superposed with each other, so how the a combined wave is formed, and how the bright and dark fringes are formed, how the construction and destruction interference are produced or formed, that will be explained, okay, by adding up the two waves, okay, according to superposition principle. Now if you see the fifth question, explain Newton's rings with a relevant diagram. So this is asked in the previous examination, okay, so that you need to go through this, okay, Newton's rings with a relevant diagram. So and this all the classes for the each and every unit we, okay, in our YouTube channel it is not available. So just I have uploaded only unit 1, introduction to the mechanics. So but yeah, as soon as possible compulsory I will upload remaining topics. At least I upload all the important questions, okay, as per the unit wise. So if you see the fifth unit, this is very very important, we can understand, because it is the laser and fiber optics. Okay, so after this giving these important questions, I will give you a very most important units for the pass marks. Clear? You have to just go through the any 2 or any 3 units. Okay, no need to read all the 5 units of this 5 mark, okay, long questions or important questions. Go through the any 2 or 3 units. Compulsory we need to read 3 units, and out of, okay, from that 3 units, just whatever I have given the important questions, you follow it and definitely you will be pass. Okay, and this is most important because this unit is common for the applied physics and engineering physics also. Clear? And that is laser and fiber optics. Laser and fiber optics. So if you see the first question in the laser and fiber optics, that is explain stimulated emission and population inversion. Yeah, this question may be asked, but many of the students will focus on the types of lasers only. Carbon dioxide laser, helium neon laser, and ruby laser. But here the question may be given like this also. We have to explain the stimulated emission and population inversion with suitable diagrams. Okay, and what is the diagram? Conduction band, valency band is there now. So that diagram we need to draw it. And second question, describe the construction principle and working of the CO2 laser, carbon dioxide lasers. Okay, so if you want to read this unit, compulsory you read 3 types of lasers: carbon dioxide laser, helium neon laser, and ruby laser. Compulsory out of 3 lasers, any one of the laser kachithanga, okay, that will be appeared in the examination. Yeah. So and the third question is helium neon laser, and fourth question is ruby laser and their applications of the lasers also. ఎందుకంటే మనకి ఎగ్జామినేషన్లో ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఇచ్చినాక ఏబి అనే ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది, ఏబి, అండ్ సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్ ఏబి, థర్డ్ క్వశ్చన్ ఏబి. టోటల్ 8 questions will be given. Out of 8 questions, 5 questions will be attempted. 5 questions మనం అటెంప్ట్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా? కాబట్టి ఏబి అని అన్నప్పుడు ఏ క్వశ్చన్ మే బి లైక్ దిస్, రైట్ ద అప్లికేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ లేజర్ అని రాయొచ్చు కదా, లేకుంటే ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ద స్టిమ్యులేటెడ్ ఎమిషన్ అండ్ పాపులేషన్ ఇన్వర్షన్ అనొచ్చు. బి క్వశ్చన్లో ఏమిస్తాడు? సో డిస్క్రైబ్ ద కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ అండ్ వర్కింగ్ ఆఫ్ ది కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ ఇవ్వచ్చు. కాబట్టి మనం జాగ్రత్తగా అంతా చూడాలి. అండ్ ఫిఫ్త్ క్వశ్చన్, డిరైవ్ అన్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఫర్ అన్ యాక్సెప్టెన్స్ యాంగిల్ అండ్ న్యూమెరికల్ అపేచర్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ కమ్స్ టు ఫైబర్ ఆప్టిక్స్, సెకండ్ పార్ట్లో వస్తుంది మనకు. ఓకే, సెకండ్ పార్ట్లో వస్తుంది. సో కాబట్టి యాక్సెప్టెన్స్ యాంగిల్ అండ్ ఫైబర్ ఆప్టిక్స్. సో యాక్సెప్టెన్స్ యాంగిల్ అండ్ న్యూమెరికల్ అపేచర్, న్యూమెరికల్ అపేచర్. అండ్ దాంట్లో మనం ఇంకో పార్ట్ చూస్తే, గివ్ అన్ అకౌంట్ ఆఫ్ గ్రేడెడ్ ఇండెక్స్ ఫైబర్ అండ్ స్టెప్ ఇండెక్స్ ఫైబర్. దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ ఈజ్ ఆస్క్డ్ మెనీ టైమ్స్. Okay, the optical fibers are 3 types, you know. Okay, so step index fiber, multi-mode step index fiber, and graded index fiber. Okay, and graded index and step index fiber we have to explain with a suitable diagram. Okay, and sometimes the characteristics of step index fiber and then multi-mode step index fiber and guide index fiber also we have to read it. So these are the very important questions from the each unit. You go through this. Okay, I just made I prepared 5 very most important questions from the each unit, and out of 5 units just you go through the any 3 units. So all of you, I requesting you engineering students, engineering physics and applied physics students, you compulsory read laser and fiber optics, because one total story will be there. No, there is no mathematical part. Okay na? So if you draw a diagram, according to diagram we need to explain. Okay, so diagram మంచిగా రాసినామంటే క్లియర్గా మనము పాయింట్ వైజ్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసుకుంటూ పోతే సో సింపుల్గా డెఫినెట్లీ మ్యాక్సిమం మార్క్స్ విల్ గెట్. ఓకే, యూ విల్ గెట్ మ్యాక్సిమం మార్క్స్. కాబట్టి దీన్ని మీరు ఛాన్స్ విడిచిపెట్టద్దు. అండ్ సో ఫర్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఫిజిక్స్ స్టూడెంట్స్ డెఫినెట్లీ యూ హ్యావ్ టు రీడ్ ఇంట్రడక్షన్ టు ద మెకానిక్స్. ఎందుకంటే స్టార్టింగ్ చాలా సింపుల్ ఉంటుంది. ఇది న్యూటన్స్ సెకండ్ లా అండ్ డైమెన్షన్స్, ఓకే, కార్టెజియన్ కోఆర్డినేట్స్, పోలార్ కోఆర్డినేట్స్, దీస్ ఆర్ వెరీ వెరీ సింపుల్ యూనిట్. So go to the introduction to mechanics. And third option is your option, but my suggestion is just you go through the harmonic oscillators. Otherwise you can go through the waves in one dimension. లేదంటే హార్మోనిక్ ఆసిలేటర్ కూడా యూజ్. బట్ డోంట్ గో త్రూ ద వేవ్ ఆప్టిక్స్. ఎందుకంటే అక్కడ క్లియర్గా మనకున్నదిగా మైకెల్స్ అండ్ మోర్లే ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్, ఫ్రాన్హోఫర్ డైఫ్రాక్షన్ అవి వచ్చినాయంటే చాలా కన్ఫ్యూజింగ్ ఉంటుంది. ఒకసారి మీరు క్లాస్ వింటే అర్థమవుతుంది, బట్ వితౌట్ లిజనింగ్ ద క్లాస్ ఇఫ్ యూ రీడ్ alone you cannot understand. Okay, కాన్సెప్ట్ కొంచెం డిఫరెంట్గా ఉంటుంది. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ హౌ వీ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ so the very most important questions from each and every unit, so okay, for the engineering physics. Okay, now if you see the applied physics, okay, I will make one more video based on this. Until then, just to go through these important questions. So exams are going on, so read well and again good marks, okay, for sake of your parents and yourself and for faculty, for the college also. Okay, thank you so much for, okay, right. And one more, you follow our YouTube channel and okay, and do subscribe my channel, share, like and comment also. Thank you.